One is fever, two is sipon, phlegm, and three is deep breathing. Kapag deep breathing ka at umakat yung lungs mo, like that, you're already possibility. The possibility of COVID is already there. Number four is sleepiness. I was feeling sleepy all the time na. It feels like you need to crouch every day. Number five is hyperacidity. Hyperacidity that affects even the, maybe until the esophagus or what. It feels like from the stomach, it's really high. So hello there, welcome to my channel where I'll talk about anything recreational and motivational about health. For this time, this will be my video on how I cope up or how I experience the COVID-19, or maybe not open to people, but I just want to open this up because this is really alarming and I know it should be known to public. So ito nga nangyari. It started in August 8th. When the temperature increase. I just want to make this video because COVID-19 should be something that we should be aware of and hindi siya dapat iniiwasan or yung topic na parang tini-face natin lahat. And I think the necessary measures, safety precautions that we need to do should be applied in our life in these times of pandemic and lockdown. Hindi ko to ginagawa na video para to spread fear, bad hopes. I just want to say na you need to be aware of the symptoms even if it's different from what you have heard. So ito nga, it started in August 8. There was rises from 35.8 to 37 headache. I just drink medications, Biogesic, and it comes down to 36.8 like that. I'm a person na palaging nakamask, and I always wear my face shield too. And I was really positive na hindi ko siya makukuha. Naghanap pa nga ako ng battery nun eh. I replaced the battery of my thermometer just to be sure, and I got out of my our apartment, and I got back after an hour. Take a bath and go on with my normal life. And now, let's go to the next day. August 9, my morning temperature was down. It was, I think it's 30s, and I can go to work na. And I was hoping na okay na lahat. Go ako, normal days, go to work, buy some food, eat. But then again, I experienced this hyperacidity in my gut. Something here. It was really disturbing sometimes because alam ko naman na minsan nagaganon talaga siya, but it was the first time na ganon siya katagal. I think it lasted for a day or half a day. Be at lunch and then intermittently it comes out and goes back. So yun nga, hyperacidity is one of the reasons or one of the symptoms I think of COVID. It's just not really open to people because ikwento ko sa inyo, the next days nawala na yung appetite ko, and that's really one of the symptoms of COVID. August 9, I was feeling sleepy. Yun, pumupunta na ako dun sa sa clinic area, and akala ko normal lang siya. I thought it was normal because sometimes I have lack of sleep, sometimes because morning calls, ganon, hindi na ako na makatulog, pero akala ko ganon lang talaga. But then again, being sleepy is one of the COVID symptoms. Experienced of course the hyperacidity, and then in the afternoon I was experienced this spike in temperature again. So ganon, nag-biogesic lang ako, akala ko okay na, then repeated again. So August 10, ngayon nakakapil na ako ng marami ng sleepy. As in, nakatatlo ata ako dun sa clinic namin, and I was like, oh, bakit kaya ganito? Antok na antok ako. And then, ayun, yung hyperacidity na nag-increase na, pero akala ko, kinokontrol ko lang ng aking mga tawag dito, more water, more on, did you know that you can use apple cider vinegar? It helps sometimes because in the stomach or gut, it becomes uh, it balances the acidity. So I thought it was going to work, but then again, it didn't work, and it lasted for until hapon, until the afternoon, and I tried. I tried more. Then I appetite getting low. I have the schedule of eating at 5, but then again, after because of that hyperacidity, hindi na ako makakain ng ano. Hindi ko na siya maubos, hirap na ako umubos. And then again, yun, nag-spike na yung temperature ko. So I used the Biogesic again. And it worked. It lowered my temperature that night. But then again, at August 11, like again, morning it was fine, more or less fine. Then I lost my appetite. I lost again everything. The symptoms that I felt in August 10 is August 11. So August 12, it was more heavy. I feel heavy. I feel my nose, sinuses. It feels like there's more of phlegm here. It's really hard to eat. So be careful if you have low appetite and you cannot eat, and hyperacidity. August 13, the same way. I cannot control anymore the temperature. It's increasing now. It's 37.6, 37.8. My max, I think my max is 36, 37.8. So that's why I started to doubt na. Parang, Biogesic cannot do anymore. You cannot rely too much on the medicine. And of course, my appetite was lost. I cannot eat anymore. Alam mo my breakfast was already at brunch. It's already in brunch, and I cannot even eat it directly or fast. So my appetite was lost. I started to doubt that I can do something about it. Hyperacidity at a maximum. You can feel it in gut, and I cannot sit well. Why is that? Ang sakit sa likod. My back, at the center, it's already aching. And that is the lungs. I think the lungs is already affected. So, I cannot sit well. And even when I sit down on my comfy chair, or mostly in my, the temperature is 37.8, I guess. 37.6. Biogesic is not working anymore. It's like, it only goes down by a little. So that's why I acted and I asked the company that I want to be quarantined. I was transferred to a separate room, currently in quarantine. So at August 14, it's the same way. But at this time, I can't really focus too much na. Morning, I cannot eat well, appetite lost, and there's a lot of things that happen. Our company nurse acted and recommended that I be admitted into hospital. So that's why got to the hospital, we lined up, and this is to my surprise, I already am 38 degrees Celsius, and I was waiting in line. The hospital doesn't care if I'm 38 actually. I understand them. They cannot really rush everything if there's no doctor. And I just want to say this, that even if emergencies or even if emergencies happen, you cannot really rely too much on the fast acting of the doctors. So you must take care of yourself too. So I drink one Biogesic that time, 38 degrees Celsius, and I'm already feeling heavy, and I'm really shaking na. I got the RCP test, at ayon, it resulted to positive. And that's how I got admitted into the hospital. Things that changed in me because of this COVID, that was when in August 14, when I was in hospital. 3 changes that I accepted. First is that you cannot be too complacent. Awareness of the COVID-19 is like, you need to be really take it into consideration always, kasi hindi siya ka obvious na nandiyan na siya. Minsan masakit ng ulo mo. I experienced several headaches and then recovered from it. But then again, that was the first time na hindi siya nawala. You need to be aware na kailangan mo ng hot water, kailangan mo ng mainit na palagi, just to take care of your health, just to destroy the virus. So yun, first is awareness to me. I want to be aware now that even if I wear mask, even if I wear shield, there's a possibility that the first time you release it or remove the mask, the virus will spread to your body. Next is anxiety. That was the first time that I ever experienced something anxious, that I would be anxious for a sickness na talagang dikit na dikit. Yeah. I don't mean to scare you or I don't mean to give anxiety to you. I just want to say that yun yung nangyari sa akin. And then, increase in faith. We must increase in faith that God will always be there. Na hindi ka papabayaan ni God because you will always be guided. And, yun nga nangyari sa akin. And I'm really on quarantine na. I recovered. But, the next video I would like to tackle about other COVID topics. But this time, this will be my video. Yun nga. So, be aware of the symptoms. These are the symptoms that I felt. Even hindi siya yung mga common. First is fever. Yeah, fever. 37.5 or 37.6 is already considered as a high temperature and you must be aware of it. And next, may sipon ako. It's not that strong yung sipon ko because it's like a sinusitis lang or sinus. Not really that strong, but sinus. But that time, I'm already feeling when I breathe. So deep breathing. This time wala na, pero yun, makati talaga sa lungs. So, makati yung lungs. 1 is fever, 2 is sipon or phlegm, and 3 is deep breathing. Kapag deep breathing ka at kumakati yung lungs mo, that's area, like that, you already, the possibility of COVID is already there. Number 4 is sleepiness. I was feeling sleepy all the time na. It feels like you need to crouch every day. Number 5 is hyperacidity. Hyperacidity that affects even until the esophagus or what. It feels like high up here from the stomach. It's really high. Wala na ba? So that would be hyperacidity. Next is appetite is gone. Low appetite is already one of the COVID indications, COVID signs. Next is burning eyes. I was felt burning. It's like heating up, and yun nga, it's one of the reasons. So, yun din yung mga nararamdaman ko, masakit sa likod. Next is back pain. Back pain, it feels like connected yung dalawa eh. Yung lungs, I feel like, yun yung natin. So, back pain. Ano pa ba? So, yung mga obvious is walang lasa. Pero, yun nga, even when I had the COVID, I have the taste and I have the smell. That's why I can't really take that. But, I know that's one of the symptoms. So, yun nga. So, sa next video na lang tayo. Thank you so much for watching. And, I just want you to be aware of the symptoms of the COVID, even if you don't know it. And it is true. COVID is true. You must be aware. Please follow safety guidelines and safety on. Thank you so much for watching and hope you have a safe day. This is Ray signing off.